All right, just joining us. Thanks for sticking around. It is a very quiet evening, a very dry evening as well. It looks very nice out there. Just went out to try to see if we could find the International Space Station. Unfortunately, it was not where it was supposed to be and did not see it flying along, so I did not have a chance to actually see that. But it's still very beautiful out there. If you have a chance, go out and take a look because the crescent moon is very close to the planet Jupiter. We'll have another camera look here coming up in just a little bit. Sounds like our audio is doing well. Doesn't sound like we're talking out of a coffee can, so definitely some good news there. Had some audio problems recently, so try to make certain that everything in the microphone department is working before we go on the air so everybody can hear me. Also, apologies, I'm wearing a white shirt, and for some reason, the light bar that has been installed for illuminating me from here instead of from the studio lights in the back has been cranked up way past where it should be, so I may be my light source tonight and maybe causing the camera scanner to hum a little bit. At least that's the way it was back in the old days, so hopefully not too bright with all this extra light in place. We'll try to keep it down to a dull roar if at all possible, but in the meantime, it is Wednesday night, and so far, again, a beautiful evening. Excellent day out there today. No problems at all with the weather, and doubt we're going to be seeing too much of a problem anytime soon. We do see a slim possibility of some thunderstorms turning severe as we go into Friday, but for right now, again, that is a pretty doubtful thing. For most of the area, it doesn't look like much of anything, and for a slim part of the southern viewing area, there is a possibility of seeing some storms out there. For those of you who are just tuning in, we're just getting going. It is just shy of 10 o'clock Eastern Time on Wednesday the 13th. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek. This is WDEF News 12 Weather Overtime, our online video weather blog helping you understand more about what's going on with the weather situation, both here in the Tennessee River Valley, southeast Tennessee, North Georgia, northeast Alabama, and extreme western North Carolina. That's the area we cover, and as of right now, there's really not much of anything going on at this time, so very much on the quiet side. Going to be staying that way. Borrowing the Tennessee Aquarium's Chattanooga weather cam, looking back over the parking lot of the Tennessee Aquarium, back to the downtown area, and showing some beautiful conditions. It had a very nice glow of the belt of Venus out to the northeast tonight at sunset, so some beautiful conditions showing up there. This webcam available through the Tennessee Aquarium website at tnaqua.org if you'd like to stop by and see what's going on there. Inside, not much is going on there either, very much on the quiet side. Not sure if he's waiting for a bus or just staring into the camera, being indignant that he's being monitored by possibly thousands of people at once. But the Penguins Rock camera on the quiet side for tonight. And likewise, borrowing the Secret Reef webcam. Nice to be able to see this live feed from inside the tanks and some beautiful views here. Great place to go to get information about conservation, ecology, why we need to protect our streams, our rivers, our oceans, the entire planet. Again, you can get to this website and all the others at tnaqua.org, just borrowing this for a look outside for this evening. So thanks to everybody at Tennessee Aquarium for doing a great job there. There's the moon. It's a waxing crescent moon. It's showing up a lot brighter at this point. So again, the camera lens is not filtering out all of the light, and Jupiter right next to it. And technically, I think it's just above. If you have some pretty powerful binoculars or a telescope, I think you want to aim right to the top, right above. And I don't have the information up here, but a good star chart will help you on that. The Barnard Astronomical Society taking some pictures of that. The planet somewhere right up in here is the planet Uranus. Again, that can't be seen with the naked eye. Jupiter, that's another story. So again, able to see that with the crescent moon out there. And we also have, again, hopefully a clear view of the planet Uranus somewhere out in that general area. But that view from Island Cove Marina and Resort on the EPB Fiber Optics WeatherCam network, which you can access at WDEF.com. weather. The view from the downtown area, Bailey's Heating and Air Camera, also again picking up the view from around downtown of the moon and the area around Jupiter. Skies tonight are very clear. It's very dry, exceptionally comfortable. So for right now, we have little, if anything, to tell you about in the way of rain. Last night, we had a pretty good deal of clouds that moved in from the west. Again, that is something that did a good job of blocking our view of the International Space Station last night. But for right now, we're just not seeing too much in the way of cloud cover anywhere across the area. A few clouds, yes, but that's about all that we have to worry about at this point. So good news on that. Taking a look from the area around 153 and 64, traffic is light and moving along well. Kind of on the hazy side, but otherwise not bad, looking off to the south and to the west. Likewise, traffic around the area of 2475 Interstate Junction. It's been outside of the rush hour traffic today, it's been incredibly light on the traffic out across portions of the area today. So good to be able to see that for anybody on the commute for today and into the rest of the week. I think things will be looking pretty good, but unfortunately there will be more chances of rain coming up later. Temperatures were back into the mid 60s at the 10 o'clock hour, 10:03 right now Eastern time. South winds at about 6 miles per hour, so we are picking up some very mild numbers, and temperatures through the rest of the area absolutely gorgeous. Good possibility this warmer air out west is going to be moving our way into tomorrow, which means we could be seeing the potential of some more very warm conditions, because we have nothing overhead right now, no high pressure, no low pressure. We do have some high pressure off the east coast. That's kind of helping to keep the winds out of the south. And then our next storm system coming in from the north and west, giving some winter weather problems to parts of the high plain states. And next week, this storm system way over the rim of the planet will be dropping down some cooler air. We'll talk about how much so coming up here in just a little bit. Overnight tonight, I think this is what we're going to be seeing. Temperatures back in the lower 50s to mid to upper 40s around the News 12 viewing area. And then as we get into tomorrow afternoon, lower to mid 70s in the River Valley, but I think some areas could top 80 degrees if we get enough sunshine. The storm system starts to arrive very early Friday morning and then chugs on through as we get through Friday afternoon. There could be some scattered showers left over by about midnight Saturday morning, but most of that should be gone into early Saturday morning, and then just cloud cover for the most part. And the weekend itself looks pretty good. Dry on Saturday, clearing out by just a little bit. By the time we hit early Sunday morning, another burst of cooler air is going to be making its way through. So we'll see some cooler conditions out there. It's going to be very mild into Sunday afternoon, but we'll see the potential of a brief area of showers as this system clears the area down, coming up from the south, giving us that chance of some rainfall, but really just not picking up much more than that. So good news there. Now, for severe weather purposes, threat is mainly back to our west tonight. Not seeing, the air is too dry. We're not picking up anything here. Going into tomorrow evening, that's where we see generic thunderstorms for mainly the western 2/3 of the News 12 viewing area, and then the worst potential for severe weather looks like from roughly about Fort Leonard Wood, Springfield, Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri, down to Green Country in Oklahoma, Fort Smith, Fayetteville, Arkansas, under an enhanced risk of severe weather. Now, as that system gets a little closer to us, it looks like it's going to be losing a little bit more of its oomph. So we don't see much, but we do, more importantly, see something to where we have that potential for a marginal threat of severe weather. How bad is that? Well, again, the pale green is just generic thunderstorms, not severe. The lowest of the severe weather threat, 1 out of 5, is this dark pine green polygon, and that affects the southwestern counties of the News 12 viewing area back toward DeKalb County in Alabama and Chattooga County and just a little bit of Gordon County in northwestern Georgia. So that is the threat. Now, this forecast is already basically 12 hours old. So in forecast terms for severe weather, this map is ancient. The next update will be coming up in the next few hours at about 1 o'clock Eastern Time, a.m. So hopefully that'll give us some better ideas as to what we're looking at into the weekend. But again, Friday, probably in the morning to mid-afternoon, that's where we see that potential of maybe some severe weather coming our direction. Now, this went out at 8 o'clock this evening. The National Weather Service in Peachtree City, Georgia, issued a fire danger statement for basically the entire northern two-thirds of Georgia at this point in time. So we are seeing, again, a little bit less in the way of problems in this particular location. Tennessee back into northeastern Alabama. And we're also seeing, again, the potential with that dry conditions out there. We may be looking at the possibility of some more fire danger into the rest of the forecast. So that could be just a little bit of a problem out there. So please use caution with anything involving fire or flame, because we could be looking at the potential of some problems out there into the next few days. A cigarette butt tossed out the window could start a major wildfire. So again, please use caution on that. Rick Bircher, wrestling fan from Topeka, Kansas, and the son of my former producer, Rich Bircher, and the brother to my goddaughter, Bethany Bircher. Hey, Rick, welcome to the show. Getting hit with severe thunderstorm warning and tornado watches and warnings. Thankfully, Topeka isn't affected by the tornado warning. Baseball-sized hail, that's a decent amount. And it looks like right now, yeah, the worst of the worst is well back up. It looks like somewhere around north of Silver Lake, between Hoyt and Mayetta, back to the east of Delia, and well back up from around Grove. So we do have, again, some potential problems out there for Topeka. Those are some pretty solid thunderstorms, and a new severe thunderstorm or tornado warning just got issued, it looks like, for that particular area. So again, if you're in and around this location in Topeka, for all my friends and family, thank you, Mr. Bircher, for bringing that to light. But as of right now, it looks like most of the, well, I'm getting no information on here, so looks like we'll have to go back and take a look. Again, if you're up around Topeka, new tornado warnings being issued southeastern Jackson County until 9:30 p.m. Central Time. Baseball-sized hail. That is a very powerful storm going on there. So please use caution up there. Thank you, Mr. Rick, for tuning in tonight. Say hello to your dad and your sister and Cinnamon the dog for me. Bishop Bob on Facebook, welcome to the show. Thanks for popping on in. Glad to see you. Say hi to Mr. Josh for me. And thanks to, excuse me, all the new followers on Twitch. Nice to have everybody following along to see what's going on out there. So thanks for tuning in for weather overtime for tonight. Again, most of it of Georgia under this fire danger statement, but only until 8 o'clock this evening. With no rain in the forecast tomorrow, it's a good bet that we will see this reissued once again as we go into Thursday, or some form or fashion, maybe a special weather statement, maybe the possibility of something else on there. Excuse me. Wow, pollen is really having its way tonight. I beg your pardon. I think that's the first time I've ever sneezed on air. My sincere apologies for doing that. Once again for tonight, we're not picking up anything in the way of problems, but there will be more potential of problems into the near future. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 7-day forecast and give you an idea as to what's going on here as we take a look at Island Cove Marina and Resort in the background right off of Lake Chickamauga. Beautiful pairing tonight with, again, the moon and planet Jupiter up that direction. What we're seeing is, again, for Pi Day tomorrow, that's P-I, not P-I-E, the ratio of a circumference of a circle to its diameter, roughly 22 divided by 7 equals 3.141592653.8. I think that's the number all the way out that direction, but tomorrow is the day to celebrate the number pi, a transcendental number which has no end that we know of. Temperatures tomorrow close to 80 degrees, and as we get into the next few days afterwards, we start to see the potential of Some showers and thunderstorms on Friday. Paul Esposito, thank you very much. Could use that. I don't know what the pollen situation is. Usually I'm a ragweed person, so usually I don't have problems until about August or September, but whatever's out there right now is doing a number on me at this point in time. Let's see, Bishop Bob, possible severe weather near west central Georgia tomorrow, mainly late at night, early on Friday morning. I think for your area, Bishop Bob, I think there's going to be more potential back to the west of it, but that is changeable, so definitely want to keep up on that situation and be ready to go just in case you need to get to a safe place, but we'll keep you updated on that. For next week, through the weekend, a chance of some showers coming up as we go into St. Patrick's Day, but the forecast for the weekend is a lot less soggy than what it used to be about 24 hours ago. That is, again, good news, and especially for any St. Patrick's Day celebrations going on. Chance of rain mid to late morning, Sunday through about early afternoon. I'd say by mid-afternoon, any chance of rain is going to be gone and out of here. And then we see some very cool numbers coming on through as we go toward Monday and Tuesday. Normal for this time of the year is about 64 degrees, where we're going to be next Wednesday, the first day of spring. Last day of winter is next Tuesday, so we're just about ready to change over seasons. That colder air coming through, numbers will drop pretty well into the lower 30s. So once again, we could see some frost across portions of the area. So if you have any tender vegetation outside, time to think about covering it up or bringing it inside if you possibly can. Now, there are signs. Notice again these cooler numbers, again, per se, taking a look here. That is where we could be seeing the potential for a bit of a drop in the temperatures. There are some signs toward the areas past that we may be looking at a little bit more of a cool down coming on through, with some below normal temperatures as we head toward the latter third of the month of March. So it's going to be seeing maybe a bit of a cool down beyond what we're picking up early next week. It is possible we could see some of that, but beyond that, we might even see some more cool weather coming our way. We'll see how the extended forecast pans out here in the next couple of days. So keep it tuned to News 12 for a whole bunch of information on what's going on in the semi-near future. Once again, for our viewers in Gordon County, Georgia, at the Gordon County Fire Department headquarters, 218 Public Safety Drive Southeast in Calhoun, Georgia, in the News 12 viewing area. Skywarn session being taught next Thursday, the 21st, next week tomorrow. Your opportunity to attend 9:30 to 11:30 in the morning at the Gordon County FDHQ in Calhoun, Georgia. More information and the contact person for hosting the meeting is available at the National Weather Service, Peachtree City, Georgia, at weather.gov/FFC, Foxtrot Charlie, if you would like to sign on and get more information about what, when, who, things like that. That same day, but later in the evening, the National Weather Service in Morristown, which covers Marion County, Tennessee, that's a county west of Chattanooga, and Hamilton County, a Skywarn meeting will be taught Thursday, the same day, Thursday, March 21st, 6 p.m. Central Daylight Time in Jasper, Tennessee at the Lawson Building. The National Weather Service in Morristown is requesting that you sign up at their website for a seat. It's totally free. Registering is not going to be some part of a big government conspiracy to track you. It's just you being polite to say, I'm showing up, so if that's one too many people, we may need to get a bigger meeting room. So if you'd like to sign up for this, weather.gov/MRX, and a great opportunity to learn more about Skywarn training, how you can get information, whether it's by amateur radio, by phone, or by website, email. You can get that information, that what you're seeing out there, report that back to the National Weather Service, and then you will be able to help save people's lives by knowing what to do. So this is a great opportunity to, again, learn more about that. Now, if you can't attend any of these meetings, all you have to do is log on to the National Weather Service partner site, so to speak, the meteorological education site from the University Corporation for Atmospheric Research at meted.ucar.edu. You can take the course online, you get the certificate, You then contact your National Weather Service office and tell them, I successfully passed the Skywarn test. I live in blankety blank county, someplace, somewhere. And then you find out where your county is covered by which National Weather Service office. Sign up for their Skywarn rolls, and then they can call you or you can call them when there's severe weather, and you can make your report that way. They need your information because if you're in a location where storms are passing through, then they can call you and say, are you nearby? What are you seeing? If so, what direction is it moving? How intense is it? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You could help do a lot of really cool things by providing that information. So please consider becoming a Skywarn spotter. Lost all my graphics. That's not good. Hang on 2 seconds here. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Not too sure what happened there. All right. So for tonight, that's going to wrap things up here for now. Let's see. Bishop Bob, is this severe weather season or tornado season? I'm not familiar. I believe you're down around Columbus, Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. This is for Chattanooga and the Tennessee River Valley area. Yes, this is the prime time season, roughly between January and April. That is your prime time, with February and March being the peak and the downward slope of that peak, but still the highest time of the year for severe weather is in this area of the country, February to March. We'll be coming out of that into the late spring, summer doldrums where we don't get a lot of severe weather, going through April and heading through about September, October. Then we start ramping up again for some severe weather, October, November, and give or take early December. Much of that is because of the hurricane season that can deliver those storms that will develop the tornadoes along their path. So it is possible that we could see more of that twice during the year, but this right now is our severe weather season. I've got information on that if you'd like to research your particular county. I'll feature that coming up tomorrow. It's a website from the National Weather Service and Mississippi State if you'd like to check more about that, to see more about when your particular county has severe weather. So tune in tomorrow night and we'll talk more about that. Okay, forgot about this tomorrow night. My apologies to our sponsor, but taking a look at our friendinroofing.com website for our WDEF.com/vote now page of the day, where we ask questions about weather, science, climate change, all sorts of things like that, and you give your opinion and vote to what you think is the correct answer. There's a storm on Jupiter. It's called the Great Red Spot. Galileo spotted it 400 plus years ago through his telescope. So we know that this storm has been going on for at least 4 centuries. But as of right now, is it staying the same? Is it getting bigger, or is it shrinking? 72% of you said shrinking, and you're correct. The storm is actually used to be about 3 Earths wide. That's a very big storm, and it has now been shrinking to just about 2.5 to 2 Earths wide. So again, that's something we wish we knew more about, is exometeorology, weather on other planets. It'd be really cool to find out more about this, to see if this storm grows, shrinks, or just stays the same over the centuries, what kind of fluctuation there is. But it is actually shrinking, so that is the correct answer of our friendinroofing.com weather poll of the day. So thank you very much for voting in that. A new poll will go up at midnight, and we've got some cool questions going into next week, so stick around for a lot more. I was always taught by people wiser than me that you should never see things in black and white because there is so much neat stuff hidden amongst the grays. And this is a good example of that. Gray is actually one of my favorite colors. And if you take a look at this picture, there's some amazing variations from very bright white to very dark, almost charcoal colors here. The quote, unique skies over Chickamauga. Thank you very much, News 12 viewer Debbie Pendley, for a gorgeous view here. Not everything is fiery sunrises, sunsets, brilliant rainbows, tornadoes, hurricanes, things like that. This is to me, it's an amazing colored picture in and of itself. So a beautiful view from there. If you've got pictures, whatever it is, as long as it's weather related, please send them in to us at pictures@wdef.com. If you want to, you can drop them to the comments section of our Facebook, X, and Instagram page, or you can just email it to us on there. You can be anonymous, but give us an idea as to what you were looking at and where, and we would love to be able to see more about what you're seeing out there. 76, the high temperature came within 7 degrees of a record high. Well over our normal high temperature for the day. 40 our low. That was pretty close to our normal of 42. No rainfall today. We're behind for the month and for the year, so we could definitely use a little bit more rainfall out there. Just not going to be happening anytime soon. Out to the bus stop in the morning, clear and maybe the upper 40s in some locations, but temperatures back in the mid to upper 70s. I would say if we get enough sunshine, highs will be in the 80s in some locations tomorrow. So we're getting close to that particular time of year where it's going to be rather on the warm side for the next few days and weeks. Summer is not too far away, but then again, neither is baseball season is that far away either. So really looking forward to that. Think that should do it. We've been on here for almost half an hour. Thanks to, again, everybody on Twitch for signing up. A lot of comments on Facebook tonight. Welcome to everybody who has been stopping on through. And thanks for checking in. We'll have more coming up tonight on News 12 at 11. You can watch us online at WDEF.com. Complete forecast available at that website /weather. Chip Chapman will have your complete forecast coming up bright and early on Thursday morning. Again, starting at 5 a.m. Eastern time, so please stick around for that. And I'll have more on your forecast again tomorrow night on a new edition of our exclusive video weather blog. So thanks to everybody for joining us. Thanks for the questions and the comments. Thanks for checking in on Twitch. And we'll have more for you coming up tonight at 11 and, of course, tomorrow morning at 5. And I'll be back with the weather overtime tomorrow night. Live and direct from Chattanooga, Tennessee, USA, North America, Northern, Western Hemisphere, planet Earth, solar system, Milky Way galaxy, Sagittarius arm, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek. Thanks for joining us for our exclusive video weather blog, Weather Overtime for Wednesday, and we'll see you back here again tomorrow.